Hello festival goers of the internet! I'm the Festival Finesser, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a lineup review for the second festival booking that I have this summer, and that is Big Dub 2022. I played last year, and I am super hyped to be back this year, and the lineup this year is fucking so crazy. I don't think I've seen a better Big Dub lineup to date, so don't go anywhere because we're talking about it all after the intro. Can I get it?
Festival Finesser.
Finesse gang, Big Dub fam, can I get a yer? What is good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another video. For those of you guys who are new here and don't know me, what's good? I'm the Festival Finesser. This is my channel, a channel that evolves around music festivals and live music going experiences with a focus and concentration on dubstep and rhythm. If you are not following me at a festival day by day, probably follow me at a show in New York, Philadelphia, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, basically anywhere I go, you guys are coming with me. And if you're not following me at a festival or show, probably sitting with me here at this desk getting life hacks, trick tips, festival reviews, lineup reviews, EDM news, controversial debates, and any other words of advice I can give to you guys to make sure you can have the best festival going experience possible. Now today, as we all know, we are talking about Big Dub Festival. This is a festival that has quickly become on my favorite festival list because it is just a festival that doesn't really attract that mainstream crowd. It's a Brad and Chad's worst nightmare and a Wook's paradise. Not that I'm the biggest Wook, but I do like that it's not very mainstream. It's more heady, and it's a lot of, people that are in it for the music and about the culture, and they just know what's up. You know what I'm saying? It's not the most mainstream acts, but they do have a bunch of national acts, and the lineup this year is so fucking heavy. I am just blown away by how many hidden gems are in this lineup, and I do want to talk about the festival a little bit more because it is a very unique festival. It's a festival that doesn't really, that it kind of like breaks all the rules, and it's like, oh, you can't have a fire at most camping festivals, but at Big Dub you can. At most camping festivals you can't leave, with your car, but at Big Dub you can. This is a festival that is 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with the availability to arrive on Tuesday. So you can have a whole day up in the woods, and this is in Artemis, PA. It's up in the sticks, and it is at Four Quarters Farm. And it's just a beautiful piece of land, very woodsy, very, just very far from the city. Let me just say that. So, kicking off our headliners here, we have a bunch of heavy ones. We have Barely Alive, Barry Grylls, Riot Ten, and Say My Name for the heavy. And then on the other side of the spectrum, these artists I'm not so familiar with, we have Black Sun Empire, Trip Street, Calyx, and TB. And of the top tier, the only other artist I know is Trip Street, more experimental, weird, and kind of chill vibes. Black Sun Empire I'm not familiar with, and Calyx and TB I've actually never heard of at all. Moving on to the next tier of artists here, this is like our tier 2 artists. We have Ace Aura, who I actually just recently saw at Paradise Blue for my first time, and it was really sick. He's known to be melodic, and I'm not known to like melodic, but the melodic he was throwing was really fucking cool, and it was just very new to me, and I really fucked with it. Angelic Rue is more of that, experimental, weird, kind of like Wakan type bass, just more chill. And then we have Aweminus, who is going to be bringing a little bit of everything nowadays. He was known for his rhythm back when he was coming up, but now he does a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of future rhythm, a little bit of drum and bass even, and he just gives you a whole entire spectrum of the kind of music he can produce, but he definitely always kind of gives you the ominous sound, in my opinion. Next up, we have Bandles, who is kind of like in the category of Ray Volpe, just very, heavy, bouncy, fun, but not heavy like Marauder. Not tear out heavy, just like fun heavy, Ray Volpe heavy. That's the best way to describe them, kind of they go hand to hand. Black Carl, I'm not familiar with. Champa, one of my favorite, just like weird and wonky producers, kind of falls into that experimental Wakan category as well. Next up, we have D's, who I'm not familiar with. DJ Thera, I'm also not familiar with. Enigma Dubs, I thought I should be familiar with, but I'm not. I've checked him out on SoundCloud, and I've seen the name. It's got a good following, but I'm just not familiar with any of his releases. Same thing with Hayes, I'm not familiar with. Kill Marion, I think that's how you say it. I've been seeing that name on a bunch of lineups, but I still have yet to see or know what that project is about. Rated R, another big one for the dubstep kids here. That's fucking heavy, just mosh pit style, just energy and music and just high energy, heavy shit. Next up, we have Ray Volpe again, the cousin of Vandals. Not really, but that's just how they're two very similar artists in my opinion. They just give off similar vibes from what I can remember when I've seen them. Just saw Volpe at Paradise Blue and have seen Vandals a bunch of times just throughout the years. Then we have this fucking next one, bro. This next line is fucking crazy. We have Shiverz. Shiverz at fucking Big Dub, bro. That's gonna be fucking insane. And that's just gonna be the chop treatment, bro. We getting fucking Shelly, dude. on the mountain. That's going to be fucking crazy, bro. I can't wait for that. Next up, we have the boy Shizlo. And that, again, is going to be a very high energy, just bouncy, heavy, just a whole bunch of, just varieties and, adventures through dubstep and bass. Next up, we have Sippy putting on for the females. And again, I don't really know too much about her. I know she's a female putting on for the bass scene, but that's about it. I'm not really sure what kind of vibe. It's going to be heavy, bouncy. Next up, we have Smokeland, who is going to be bringing more experimental and weird kind of vibes. Fucking the next one, dude, Stoned Level. I cannot believe I saw him on this lineup. Like, Shiverz and Stoned Level are probably the two biggest gems within this lineup. And, they could be two headliners, and I'd be okay with that because they have just been killing it. And I'm so fucking happy to see Stoned Level on the mountain. Next up, we have Super Av, who kind of falls into the same category as Smokeland. And Smokeland and Super Av both kind of fall into the same category as Champa as well. So those three are, again, kind of like cousins if we're talking about similarity in regards to the kind of sound they produce. Then we have last here for Tier 2, Zeke Beats. And again, in that weird experimental category. Also known for his scratching live. It's really fucking sick. I don't even know how the fuck he does it, but it is very well incorporated, and it's a very unique and just kind of fresh set. So that concludes Tier 2. Now we get into Tier 3, which is more of like the local and regional support here within the area. And a lot of these are, big dub natives who always play big dub every year and, are big within the area around here. So kicking off, we have Romo Sapien, who I'm not that familiar with, but I have heard of before. I can't even read this name or pronounce it. Camdia, I'm not sure. Dice Man, repping Dub Day. Just very weird, very experimental, very vibey, very almost spiritual. It definitely takes you on a ride, and it is definitely fucking weird and trippy, and honestly, a lot of fun. It's very cool, very different, and yeah, shout out Wade. Next up, we have Dropkick, who I'm not familiar with. Same thing with Dual Natured. Next up on here, we have the boy Morphic, and I'm a big fan of Morphic, and he just shows mad love to me, and I'm a big believer in his project and what he's doing, and every time I see him, he throws the foot down, and he has been killing it more so recently. I'm seeing he's got collabs with High on Ghost. I went to Paradise Blue, and I saw that Hesh played out 2 of his tracks, and a couple of them got signed to Fuck Shit Records, and so big ups to Morphic. He has been fucking going crazy recently. After Morphic here, we have the Festival Finesser and myself. And for those who don't know, I don't produce music, so you're not going to be getting any originals, but I do plan on playing out a bunch of originals that my homies have produced, and I do plan on doing triples and quads if I can, and you guys know, 3 Deck Thursday, 3 songs at once. I try and go crazy on the decks and make up for the fact that I don't produce music, but I do creatively mix, chop, fake outs, triples, you know what I'm saying? I try to bring the energy, because y'all know me, in the pit, I'm going crazy. When I'm on the decks, I'm also trying to go crazy. So I hope I don't know if I can announce what I'm playing, so I'm not going to, but I hope you guys get there early, and I'll be looking out for y'all in the crowd, and I'll be having merch. We'll be doing the whole shit. Maybe a meetup, I don't even know, but let's keep moving here. After myself, we have Funk Static, who I'm not familiar with. After that, we have Gravitrax, back-to-back Bitski, and this is a really cool duo. Bitski, I'm pretty sure, does some live electric guitar shredding, and it's going to be really kind of jammy and funky and fun, and very different as well. I really appreciate the live music, and it's always a fucking good time when Bitski is throwing down. So next up, we have Hooligan, who I'm not that familiar with. Jabs, I'm also not familiar with. Julia Khan, nope. The boy Caruza, repping Virginia, he has been putting on. He has some originals out right now that I have been fucking with, and that is going to be a very heavy set. His sets are very well curated, very just vibey, but in a good way. It's like a heavy vibe, and it just, he'll have you headbanging, and then he'll have you fucking spaghetti arm in it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Jake. After Caruza, I don't even know this name or can read it. M2JG. I don't know, sorry about that, man. But after whatever artist that was, I apologize for butchering that. We have the homie Redline District up in Philadelphia, Unlock Presents, and the Av. He always plays support, direct slots, opening slots at the Av, and he just very heavy, lots of rhythm, doubles, triples, and can get weird from time to time, but I think proper Redline District set at Big Dub gonna be heavy, rhythm, high knee, bouncing, going crazy. After Redline District, we have, looks like Revives. I'm not sure. I've never seen that name, but I don't even know if I said that right. I apologize again for butchering some of these names. Next up, we have Arson, who I'm not familiar with. Sirach, I don't think I'm familiar with either. After Sirach, we have Sweet Spot, who I'm a little familiar with. I had the pleasure of meeting and competing with him at the Bass Olympics DJ battle in New York with Subsound and Enter the Playground and Synchro. But I don't really know too much about his music, honestly. Just his set. It was fucking heavy. It was very diverse, and it was just all around fun. But I don't know too much about his production or, even where he comes from, honestly. I'm pretty sure he's New York based, if I'm not mistaken. But On to the next one here. We have Scythus, another big dove. You know, just she's played at big dub like for the last 3 or 4 years. I'm pretty sure. Every time I see her, she keeps moving up, playing main stage and shit. I got to shoot some shots for her last year, and it was a pleasure. So shout out Sydney. Next up, we have, it looks like Throwdown. I'm not familiar with. Tripbox, I'm also not familiar with. Venom, I am familiar with. It just gives you a just plethora of bass, melodic, heavy. Even trap, I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, a journey through bass music, just a whole bunch of different vibes, and very heavy, very fun, and just keeps you on your toes always. Last up in this local, regional tier, we have Yoked, who I actually don't know how regional he actually is, but I know I've seen him on SoundCloud, heavy, and might even be some like more rhythm vibes. I'm not too familiar, but I have seen the name, and I was actually excited about that one too, because I thought that was like a wild card. I was like, whoa, that's okay, I see you. So then the last tier here is like very local, and a lot of just, you know, this is where I was at one point, and I'm, you know, honored and blessed to have the opportunity to moved up into this next tier and have a logo. But I'm gonna just skim through here and shout out some artists that I know that are always on Big Dub that you guys should probably check out, or some homies that are friends of mine that are also playing as well that you should just go and show support for, because we're out here supporting the homies. You already know. So let's do this. We have 4D, Actual Garbage, Bima, Bloody, Bowda, Charlie Wamba, Code Mug, Back-to-Back Yucky, DVD, Elusis Dub, Grimson, Half Hacked, Hank the Tank, Hops, last year's DJ winner, DJ battle winner, that's what I meant to say. Metatron, Mikari, 2 fucking big ones. You guys should definitely check out those sets if you can. Mikari and Metatron, those are the fucking homies. OG Hitman, another homie that is just always repping, always showing support, and just always regionally, locally playing. Resonant Bass, I feel like I know that one. Rilo, Swamp Main, and I think that'll do it. July 26th through 31st, Artemis, PA, Four Corners Farm, Big Dub. Fucking heavy, fucking crazy this year. I am honored to be playing alongside a bunch of homies and alongside some crazy artists. Barely Alive, Riot Ten, Bear Grylls, Say My Name, Rated R, Ray Volpe, Stone Level, Shiverz, fucking Vandals, Aweminus. So many homies. It's going to be so heavy. It's going to be a whole vibe. Like I said, Big Dub is just a world of its own. It's a whole different kind of festival, and it's a festival kind of like in its own lane, in a sense. It's just very relaxed, loose, laid back, but also very professionally run. And it's a legit festival, and it just has really good vibes. And, you know, it's just a lot of the same kind of people like me and like you watching probably. It's not a lot of people that don't know who's playing and that are there with their shirts off, taking Molly, just trying to go crazy and get girls and get fucked up. Like, nah, these people are here for the music. And they might be here to get fucked up, but they're here to enjoy themselves and have a good time and just spread positivity and good vibes and good energy. So that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If anybody needs tickets, I'll put a link to the description box below with a ticket link, and I will also put my discount code. I'm pretty sure it's FINESSE. You get $5 off. And shout out Big Dub for giving me the opportunity again this year, and I hope to see you guys out in the crowd at my set, and maybe FINESSE Gang meetup. I don't know. I've never done one at Big Dub, mainly because it's a smaller fest. There's one main stage and 3 other smaller stages. It's not that big of a venue, so you'll probably see me in passing several times throughout the weekend in the crowd, at my set, after my set. So again, shout out Big Dub, shout out to everybody for watching, shout out Big Dub fam. We're getting ready for Moonwalk Fest this weekend, so right as I'm posting this, I'm going to be going to another festival and posting more vlogs. We're going with a media pass, so I'm going to be working a bunch of homies at that one too. It's a smaller fest, so I'm hyped to going for my first one and just sharing that experience with you guys as well. So thank you all so much again. I love y'all, and I'll see you for the next one very soon. Peace.